All right, welcome to my 2021 journal. I have this really pretty brown journal that I got for Christmas. It comes with two like stencils in the back with cute little designs, and I just absolutely adore. Also, I am sick, so you'll have to excuse my voice because I sound a little bit rough, but it's okay. First thing I did this year was a grid spacing. I have never done this before. I mean, I've only done journaling for 1 year, but I didn't do it last year. I thought it was complicated and I didn't understand it and I thought it was useless. Like, I didn't see how it was useful. But after doing it, I realized how handy it is. You just don't have to do as much math each time. It makes everything a lot less complicated. When I was doing my spacing, I was trying to base it off like other YouTubers like Amanda Rach Lee, because I think she's the one that came up with it. I'm not sure, but I know she's the first one I saw doing it. I was trying to base it off hers, and then I realized that grid spacing is all about what is most useful to you and what you're going to use the most. So it's kind of just do what is going to be useful to you in the future and what kind of layouts you use. And once I decided to do that, it just became a little bit easier on what to do. It honestly is a lot less complicated than it looks. So for this year's journal, I was really inspired by the simple and minimalistic spreads that people do. I wanted to do that, but most people do like a black and white and gray colors, tones type of theme. And although it's absolutely adorable, it's just not really me. For me, I'm more into like the brown and neutral colors, so that's just what I incorporated into that. For my grid spacing header, I did a cute like cursive with my Tombow light tan marker that I have. And then for the spacing, for the word spacing, I did a cute little banner that I got from my stencil that came with this, and I did like a typewriter type of look for the word spacing. And then I also did a outline with my dark brown fine tip pen, and I outlined the word grid. And then something you'll see me do throughout the spread is kind of this flower petal look to just detail my headers and pages a little bit more, and I do it with a light tan color. For my 2021 cover page, I did a 2021 with a bright red color, which I ended up hating. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to do this color. I usually love the color, but in this context, I hated it. I ended up going over it with like a darker color in the end, which you'll see. But yeah, I didn't like it. And then at the bottom, I did a little quote that says, "How bad can it be?" And I thought this was very like lighthearted and funny, just because I think everyone had kind of like a crappy year in 2020. And I think it's like saying, "Oh my god, we just had the worst year ever. How bad can this year be?" I really hope I'm not jinxing anything by doing this. I think it was just a funny and cute little quote that I made up. And then I went in and I outlined with a dark color, a dark brown, my 2020. Then the next page that I did was my goals for 2021 page. I have a lot of goals this year that I think I want to accomplish, and so I just gave myself a whole page for it. I didn't really do anything to this page. I might go back and do some boxes because it looks a little bit empty, but I did my little rose petals that I told you guys about, and I was done with the page. My next page is my things to check out page. I saw some YouTubers do this page and I just thought it was adorable. I thought it was a very cute idea, especially because I know a lot of people recommend stuff to me and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely watch that. And then I just forget about it, or I just like lose motivation to watch it. So I think this page is gonna give me a little bit of inspiration, and it's gonna hold me accountable to watch all the things people recommend to me. And then for the header, I did the word things in like a spaced out lettering, which I think is cute. And then I went in with a light tan color and I just did like a drop shadow to it. And then for the word check out, I did a cursive and then I colored in the little spaces that like cursive words have. Does that make sense? I don't know. You guys can kind of see what I'm doing. And then for the layout, I did 4 boxes, and this is when the grid spacing came in really useful and handy. I was just like, I didn't have to count all the boxes, and I could just like look and reference it, and I'm so glad I did it. I did just 4 boxes, and then I went in with the stencil that brought this bullet journal, and then I did like little dashes for the title of each box. And then I did shows, movies, books, and music. I know a lot of people do like podcasts, but I'm not really a podcast person. I think they are cool, but I've never gotten that much into them. And I know that people recommend music, so I think just writing down a couple songs is kind of a cute idea. The next pages that I did was like my 2021 calendar, which has all the months. When I say that these pages gave me a headache, that is such an understatement. It was completely horrible. I hated doing this. It was actually horrible last year, and I thought this year would be better. It was not. It was just not a fun occasion for anyone involved, me or the journal. I think it just gets kind of repetitive to write every single like number for like every single month, you know? And I think I tend to go in like autopilot. I'm like, okay, it's just 1 through 30 or 1 through 31. And I kind of just let myself do whatever, which isn't smart because I just start to make mistakes. And yeah, that's just what happened. I ended up having to go in and redo September and December, and then I made a mistake in like March. But I mean, it happens. All is well. Yeah. You can see me here do the whiteout for September and December. And then I went in and I colored in the little boxes for each month title. I also hated the way this turned out, but it's kind of too late to change it. Yeah, I just think it looks kind of chaotic. And then the next page actually was my favorite page of the whole spread. It's my creative space page. I think I saw Amanda Rach Lee do like an art page, and it was inspired by that because I wanted somewhere there I could just be a little bit more creative. I wrote creative space on the top, and then for creative I did like a light green color, and then in like a funky title, and then for the word space I did the light tan color I've been using a lot, and I did like bubbly letters. And then I went in and I like overlined the word creative with a dark brown pen, and I loved the way it looked. It gave me like heavy matcha tea coffee shop vibes for some reason, and I really liked the way it turned out. And then I went in and I did the flowers I've been doing a lot lately. And then for the layout, I just did 3 boxes, and I did them in a light brown color. And then for the actual title, I did a dark brown little like rectangle box. And then I went in with the same light green color that I did for the title, and I wrote YouTube, Gnome Knickknacks, and extra for the title of the boxes. I'm still kind of new to YouTube, so I want to dedicate myself to it this upcoming year. And then Gnome Knickknacks is my business that I have for my tote bags. I also want to dedicate myself more to it. And then I have extra just for any other projects that I think of that I want to include. I think 2020 was a very creative year for a lot of people just because quarantine gave us a lot of free time, and I think people found a way to express themselves during quarantine, and I think that is awesome. I know I found myself doing a lot more art, and it's definitely something that relieves stress for me, and I want to continue doing in 2021. And then my next page, I did books of the year. This was something that I tried to do in 2020. One of my resolutions / goals was to read a lot more. And although I did read, I didn't read half as much as I wanted to. Clearly not enough to fill my little like page that I did last year. But this year I'm really trying to dedicate myself to that. I just love reading. I just don't find the time to do it. So something I want to do is make time for it. My sister's also a booktuber. She is always recommending books to me, and I am just gonna take her recommendations and read them. One of my goals is to read at least 1 book each month. The absolute like hard to reach goal is 3 books a month. And I mean, this isn't impossible. I did 36 books in my page just in case I do end up reaching the goal. This spread was actually kind of hard to do because I was trying to make the books look good. They were kind of messy, but that's okay. While I was drawing them, I was trying to balance them, and I don't even know why. It's literally me drawing them, but I was holding my breath because for some reason I was really stressed out by the idea of unbalanced books, and I thought they were all just gonna fall or something. Obviously that would never happen. These are books that I am drawing, but I was stressed out when I was doing this, and the initial idea was to read 2 books each month, so that would total out to 24 books. But for some reason in my head I was like, oh, I need to draw 36 books. So the max goal is 36 books of the year, but minimum is 1 book a month. And I don't think that is a hard goal at all. And then I did a key at the bottom for each month. It has a corresponding color, and hopefully I'll do 3 for each month. I ended up having to do like colors for this, which I didn't really want to do, but it's okay. And then my final pages of my 2021 spread was something that I also did in my 2020 bullet journal, which was my 2021 in pictures. And then actually my phone died in the middle of this, so I didn't get to film it, but it's kind of self-explanatory. I just do 12 little rectangle boxes for pictures for each month, and for me I kind of just do the highlight of my month or something big of the month that happened that I thought was good, and I loved going through it in my 2020 spread. I think I saw Minna Reachley do it. And then here I am going over the 2021 in a purple color because I did not like the red. Honestly, I think I should have just done like a brown color. I don't know why I did the purple, but I think it looks better than it did with the red. And then to add a little bit of detailing, I did some flowers, little flower things that I've been doing throughout the whole journal. I think this just makes it look a little bit nicer and fills blank space, which is always nice. And then I outlined some of the flowers with the brown pen. And then here is my final flip through. I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely like this spread. It looks a little bit hectic, but I think it's very me and I love it. Let me know what you guys thought of it. And I hope everyone has a good day or whatever it is, wherever you are. Stay healthy, drink water, and I'll see you guys in my next video.